Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. I have no idea if my hair looks any good because I decided to use a tiny little screen on my camera that's quite far away to try and fix my hair so it could look terrible. Oh dear, never mind. Hey Spuds, how's it going? It's Jamie, welcome back to another video, your first video on the channel. I don't know, but welcome either way. I'm very glad to have you here. Today we are doing the second installment of a subreddit that I found that's very interesting. We've all heard of Karens, right? We all understand what I mean when I say a Karen. Well, today's video we are looking at instances of people being total Karens. The subreddit is called FYouKaren, yay! And I thought we would just have a little look at it. It's just basically massive entitlement and people being rude and arseholey. So let's react to them together. Woman from anti-mask agency threatens worker with jail for enforcing masks. What kind? I mean, no. I will send you to jail. I don't want to wear a mask. I am from an official agency that I just made up 2 minutes ago, and I will send you to jail for trying to make me wear a mask. How does that compute in people's brains that that's a thing that they should be saying and doing? There is a mask policy to protect yourself and to protect others. This was written in August 2020, height of the pandemic, right? Just don't be an asshole about it. There's not a problem with wearing a mask. Oh God. You're going in a shop and this poor employee is like, okay, there's a brawl. I need to enforce that people wear masks in this shop to keep everybody safe unless the person is exempt from wearing a mask, and you decide to then have a go at them. They are just doing their job. A fortune cookie, the perfect fortune cookie for Karens. Don't accept that others know better than you. You always know best. From your anti-mask agency, you know everything. Karen, open Icelandic wool long sweater. There is a uniform now. It's just a bit of an unfortunate name. Karen on a plane. Oh, on plane. It sounds like snakes on a plane, but Karens. Karen on plane complains because a baby is crying. Babies cry. Newsflash. This is from several years back, before Karens were a known entity. A known entity. Only recently did I realise I got to witness an early Karen prototype. Oh, God. During a flight, a mother was sitting a few rows up and her newborn baby was crying. Poor mum was doing everything she could to try to comfort the little thing. The little thing. But anyone who's had a baby or even been around one knows there's only so much you can do. A Karen seated across the aisle calls a flight attendant over and angrily gestures with her palm up hand towards the mother/baby as if to say, do your job and do something about this. Oh wait, so she didn't even, she just gestured. The flight attendant's response, ma'am, that's a baby. Babies cry, and walked away. Chef's kiss. Yes, babies cry, Karens complain. Oh, mate. Look, nobody enjoys a flight where there is a screaming and crying baby that just will not be quiet. Unfortunately, that is what babies do, and sometimes they do it on the flight they're on. But that doesn't mean that parents and people looking after children should never be able to plane travel. Plane travel, what a great term, Jamie. Should never be able to flight, yes, just because they have a baby. Babies need to fly too. And they cry. Lady at Starbucks went ballistic when they said they were out of cinnamon. When I ordered my espresso, I quietly said, my name is Cinnamon. Great way to troll the lady at Starbucks. How can you go ballistic at people for running out of something? Like, you go, you order something. Oh, I'm really sorry, we're out of that today. Okay, no worries, let me order this alternative, or I'll have it without this piece of cinnamon. Just go buy some cinnamon at Tesco. I don't get it. Why do you think that you're entitled to places always having everything in stock that you want and then getting mad at the employees when they do not have enough stock? So yes, cinnamon espresso person. I'd like to speak to the manager and the police. I'd like to speak to the police manager. Well, that's a Giga Karen hairdo. And the flag. I know what that flag means, I'm pretty sure, and I don't think it's a good thing. Wonderful. The Karen. Bacon, ham, mushroom, tomato, spinach, hollandaise, and melted cheese, with a side of complaining. Why did they make a Karen? Is this an omelette? A Karen omelette? Yes. Karen's. Eggs. Lovely. It sounds too nice to be called the Karen. We appreciate the service, but the inhabitants close to this firehouse who are among children, the elderly, disabled people in general, we ask that you please try to consider that they do not work with the sirens at such high noise. They can work with the lights or with a single sound. Boston Fire Department. Somebody gave a fire department 1 star because they live nearby, and shockingly, when emergencies happen, the fire engines turn on their emergency sirens so they can get there quickly and save people. I mean, did you or did you not purchase a property near a fire department? I appreciate if the fire department appeared after the property and not everybody has very very wide choice in where they can live, but you live near a fire department, and part of living near a fire department will be hearing sirens because they need those sirens to go and save people. Get over it. Long neck Karen. Karen is a giraffe. A Walmart Karen. We've had Karen on a plane and now we've got Karen in a Walmart. Quick Karen interaction in the Walmart checkout line today. It was busy and every line was long. I just needed a vegetable to finish a recipe and a bag of Skittles with lime greens. A vegetable and a bag of Skittles. What a beautiful combination. Karen was behind me getting audibly more update over time. More irate? I don't know. When I put my items on the belt after getting up there, she said, I don't know why you got in the line with just 2 items. I replied, they wouldn't let me leave without paying first. She scoffed but was blissfully quiet while I finished up. Excuse me, do people now need a quota for how many items they require before they go to the shops? This is such a weird thing to get irritated by. Shouldn't you be happy that the person in front of you only has 2 items? That means you're going to get to the checkout faster. I would expect a Karen scoff if there were 100 items on the conveyor belt. And she's like, oh, it's gonna take forever. It's still rude because people are entitled to buy however many items they want. And if they're in front of you in the queue, then you just gotta put up with that. But 2 items, come on, man, you're gonna be there quicker. Don't complain. Help. I need advice. My fiance and I are having lots of issues right now. We can't stop fighting and I don't know what to do. I quit my job because wedding planning was taking up so much time and my fiance is refusing to get a second job. You quit your job to plan your wedding full time and to make up for the money you want your husband to be, fiance, to get a second job. How is that fair? Planning a wedding, unless you are a wedding planner, is not a full-time job. It does take up time, but no. He doesn't understand that I don't have time to get ready for work, drive to work, be somewhere else all day and drive home. I need to be home to plan this wedding. Is this a parody? I'm trying to find a job from home, but it is difficult. I asked him to get a second job and he won't. It really pisses me off because we are spending $80,000 on this wedding and he keeps saying that we should spend less. You can have a wonderful wedding for significantly less than $80,000. Wow. Hello, no, this is my wedding. Unless you're marrying yourself, it is not just your wedding. I have been dreaming of since I was little and I refuse to have anything but my dream wedding. How can I convince him to work a second job to pay for this? What happened to happy wife, happy life? I am speechless. You quit your job to wedding plan your own single wedding full time, want to spend a huge amount of money on it, and to cover that cost, you want your husband to get, fiance, to get a second job. And you are mad at him for suggesting you spend a bit less money on it. And you just called it my wedding, not you and your fiance's wedding. It's his wedding too. Oh my goodness me, I can't even. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. I would not marry you. Nope, that would be it. No wedding. Be kind or leave. Many of our staff have been through a lot in the past year. If you can't treat them with the same courtesy and respect that they give to you, we kindly ask you to take your business elsewhere. Thank you, management. Yes, just don't be a dick. Don't. Ugh. His group wasn't seated fast enough and now he's furious. Dwayne Johnson, I'd like to speak to the manager. It's not funny, but it's funny. It's not funny, but it is funny. Oh my god. I'd like to speak to the manager, please. Karen and furious. That wasn't that funny. There are some things I would like to see here that needs to be changed in 2023. Oh dear. 1. Have all rental properties, yards mowed and kept up. Why just rental properties? And who are you to dictate if people mow their yard? Have seen so many rental properties where the grass is not mowed and when it's high enough to invite snakes, etc., it makes the entire neighbourhood look shabby. If it isn't mowed, then get address and report it. Make Sherwood a warm invitation for people to come and live here. 2. Ban all fireworks being bought or sold. Last night was the worst I've heard and it sounded like it was a war zone. Now that one, I appreciate from the perspective of pets. Like if you're going to have a firework display, just let people know you're going to do it and how big it's going to be. Because like seriously, there's some people where my parents live, every opportunity to have a big firework display, or at least they used to, they would have a massive display and my dog Ben would be shaking under the bed and like pee on the carpet and just be absolutely terrified. So I do kind of get the firework one. I understand it because it can really distress a lot of animals. But if you let people know, then arrangements can be made. Oh, I'm agreeing with a Karen. 3. Enforcement of a curfew. Nobody needs to be out after midnight except medical and police and fire departments. Okay, that's weird. All of this could be enforced and maybe we can make Sherwood a safer place to live. I am a big believer, like, live and let live unless it is like really impacting your household, how somebody else is living. But why are you trying to tell people that on their own street they can't go out after midnight? That doesn't make sense. And I feel like the grass mowing thing is potentially way overinflated. Unmowed lawns that are like flower meadows look beautiful. You don't know what kind of aesthetic people are going for. All fireworks, you can definitely get non-rocket fireworks that I think are perfectly fine, and like smaller fireworks, but just like the massive fireworks and like big ones and you don't tell anybody about it, that's when I'm like, the poor doggies and cats. Our cats hate fireworks. But yeah, just live your life. I don't understand. It just seems boring. Screamed at Karen in the cinema because of my wheelchair. Oh, but already terrible. Saw Till last night in a posh art house theatre with my girlfriend. The crowd were mostly well-to-do elderly white people. Dutifully, I turned off my phone as instructed. At the end of the film, Karen appears out of nowhere in my face, furious, pointing down at me and shouting that I'd been playing with my lights the whole film. I had turned on my electric wheelchair only twice to readjust my position. How rude that they would want to move, Karen. How dare they? I pointed out that it was not my phone, assuming this was a misunderstanding. But no, she had understood well enough. Before I knew it, the polite retirees around me sprung to my defense and put Karen squarely back in her place. Yes, polite retirees, you go. So to Cinema Karen, I just want to send out a big, fat F you. And to all the probably normally non-confrontational kind folks that stuck up for me, thanks. We need zero tolerance on these... Edit. I'm so overwhelmed and encouraged by all your support. If this had happened to me just after my spinal cord injury, I would have lost my confidence to leave my house. Thank you. Lights came on a couple times because somebody was readjusting their position in their wheelchair. That is not anything for you to complain about. That is not your place to go and have a go at them. You are horrible. Screaming Karen in the cinema. How dare you? Walmart. Manager Karen. The manager is Karen. Dun dun dun! Karen wants the manager. The manager is Karen. Karen squared. Karen. Is this like a D&D character? Oh, what can Karen do? Let's have a look. Medium humanoid, chaotic evil. Skills, deception, performance, psychic. Language is common. As a bonus action, the Karen can enter an outrage at the start of its turn. The outrage lasts for 1 minute, ending early if the Karen is not in a physical or verbal altercation, is knocked unconscious or incapacitated while in an outrage. The Karen gains the following benefits. As a bonus action, the Karen can use the message spell to call the nearest guard, like the manager. Oh my god. I think that is it for the Karen today. And to finish off today's video, a reminder that it is sponsored by Squarespace, a powerful online platform for website creation. You can use Squarespace to create a website for whatever you might need it for, including building a community using features such as a fully integrated commenting system that supports threaded comments, replies, and likes. Make use of powerful blogging tools to categorize, share, and schedule your posts to connect with your audience and generate revenue through gated members-only content. Manage your members, send email communications, and leverage audience insights all on one easy-to-use platform. My personal fave feature is being able to integrate my social media presence on my website, with the ability to display posts from my social media profiles on my website just like this. You can also automatically push website content to your fave social media channel so your followers can share it. And if it's a shop you're looking to create, there are also Squarespace extensions allowing you to extend Squarespace's already powerful e-commerce capabilities. These third-party tools help you manage inventory, promote products, streamline bookkeeping, reconcile and file sales tax, and ship items across the globe. If the sound of this takes your fancy, then go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Jammidodger to save 10% off your first purchase of a website domain. And that's absolutely everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, think about giving it a thumbs up and subscribing if you want to, but no pressure. And yeah, as always, I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Much love. Bye.